How do mutable and immutable objects work in Python? Have you ever wondered how Python manages different types of data? Today, we are going to break down the concepts of mutable and immutable objects in Python. Understanding these concepts is key to mastering variables, data types, and operators in Python programming. First, let's talk about immutable objects. These are objects that cannot be changed after they are created. Common examples include integers, floats, strings, and tuples. When you create an immutable object, its value is fixed. For instance, if you have a string and try to change one character, Python will not alter the original string. Instead, it creates a new string with the desired changes. This means that immutable objects are reliable when used as keys in dictionaries or elements in sets because their hash value stays the same. However, modifying an immutable object means creating a new object, which can take more memory and processing time. Now, let's shift our focus to mutable objects. These include lists, dictionaries, and sets. Mutable objects can be modified without creating a new object. For example, you can add an item to a list or change a value in a dictionary directly. This flexibility is particularly useful when you are managing collections of data that may change over time. In Python, variables are references to objects. When you assign a variable to an object, it points to that object's memory location. For mutable objects, if you assign one variable to another, both variables refer to the same object. This means that changes made through one variable will affect the other. On the other hand, with immutable objects, if you reassign a variable to a new value, it simply points to a new object, leaving the original unchanged. An interesting point to note is that some immutable objects can contain mutable elements. For example, a tuple is immutable, but if it contains a list, you can still change the contents of that list. This means the structure of the tuple is fixed, but the mutable elements inside it can be modified. Understanding the difference between mutable and immutable objects is essential for writing efficient Python code. When deciding which type to use, consider whether you need to change the data after creation. Use immutable types for data that should not change, as this helps prevent unintended side effects. On the other hand, use mutable types when you need to update or modify data dynamically. In summary, mutable objects can be changed after creation, allowing for in-place modifications, while immutable objects cannot be altered once created, requiring new objects for any change. This distinction affects how variables reference data and how Python manages memory and performance during program execution.